This weekend, we are going to be spreading the message of Dr. King's legacy as the United We Walk event is going to be taking place on Sunday. The event was founded in 1995 to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy, emphasizing diversity, unity, and the value of every individual. And we have one of the big speakers at this event right now joining us on the Splash Live, founder of the B Team and speaker and leadership consultant, Dr. Roy Bishop, joining us right now on the Splash. Dr. Bishop, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Really, really good. Glad to be having you with us and glad to be getting into this conversation because this is a very big event that's going to be taking place right here in West Bloomfield. And what does participating in United We Walk mean to you personally, and how does it reflect your values?
Great question. I mean, it means the world to me I'm honored to be asked to be a keynote speaker at the event because it really does build community. And so when we talk about my values, my morals, my beliefs, it really does take everyone. And unity starts with you. Each and every one of us, we have a job, and that's to be a leader. And we have to lead ourselves in a way that we can model for others what it means to create a world where everyone, and I mean everyone, can have their needs met.
That's absolutely right. And I love what you just said. Unity starts with you. That's something very important everyone should take into mind. And the theme for this year's event is building bridges of unity. Talk about what that message means to you and how do you think this event is going to help achieve this goal?
Absolutely. When we talk about unity, building bridges, with me working in the school system, it's really bigger than the school system. It's about our entire community coming together, having the same vocabulary, and really not only just reflecting on the legacy that Dr. King has left for us or the work he's done, but also taking action. And I think sometimes we think those actionable steps have to be really large in nature. They can be very small as long as we are doing and continue to do 1% better every day to make the world a better place.
That's right. Every little bit helps to achieve these long goals. They don't just happen immediately. It takes a lot of work, but every little bit helps. And you're going to be working with this event, and you're going to be working alongside a lot of the younger members of the community who are also going to be helping to promote Dr. King's message of unity and diversity here in West Bloomfield. What does that mean to be working with this next generation of free thinkers and advocates?
That means the world to me. When you think about our youth, they really are our future. And what we're doing now is really building that bridge for them to be able to take over. And I've seen so many great things from our youth as far as them contesting norms that are there that should no longer be there, them challenging traditions that we have to think about differently, and having this innovative mindset where, like, how can we do this differently, even though we've done it before in the past this way? What could the future look like for us? So for us to continue to not only be innovative, but to make the right amount of progress, we need to make sure that we are not only listening to our students, but creating opportunities for them to be able to share their voice and for them to really take part in the work. And that's one thing that I'm excited about being a part of this event is that the youth who are actually co-chairing this work are actually doing the work. They are there, their voice is being represented, and they're helping create the future that they want to see.
That's absolutely right. For those just joining us right now on The Splash, we have Dr. Roy Bishop, the founder of the B Team and a speaker and leadership consultant, joining us right now on The Splash to talk about his role as a guest speaker for this weekend's United We Walk event. And Dr. Bishop, you just spoke about this a little bit, but how do you think students and younger generations can continue to help carry on Dr. King's legacy right now in today's world?
A great question. I think continuing to have a voice, I think continuing to stand up for what is right. For me, at least for me, in my leadership journey, when I see some of the youth and what they're doing and how they are really fearless, that helps me sometimes get out of my own way to create those opportunities to continue to advance Dr. King's mission and vision. So for our youth, the message continues to be continue to be you, show up every day, continue to do the right thing, and continue to inspire even some of the adults who may not be ready for the progress that needs to be made, but who can continuously be pushed in that direction so that we're continuing to be 1% better every day.
That's right, and that's great words to think of as we work towards this event. And there's a lot of great things to take away from this. One of the big messages that we're emphasizing with this event is be a leader, be a learner, be kind. How do you see these values aligning with the event's goals?
Absolutely. Great question. So, be a leader, be a learner, be kind for me. That's my personal mantra. And I've always followed that. And when I talk about part of my speech is unity starts with you. Because when we talk about being a leader, sometimes we think about being a leader as leading so many other people, but we really have to lead ourselves well. And that's why I started the B team, was because it's an opportunity for us as leaders to work together to make sure that we as leaders are doing everything we can to make sure that we are not only modeling, but we are supporting future leaders in the world. So when we think about being a leader, being a learner, being kind, being a leader is simply standing up for what's right. And it can happen in multiple ways. We have to be activists and we have to be people who focus on making the world better. When we talk about being a learner, we have a lot to learn. We have to learn from our failures, learn from our successes, so that we don't repeat some of the same things that's holding back the progress that needs to be made. And then we talk about being kind. Being kind, I know we think is very intuitive, but we have to be kind not only to ourselves and to others. I think a lot of the situational things that we have throughout the world can just really be stricken by being kinder to ourselves and to others as leaders and learners.
Those are great words to take into consideration. Dr. Bishop, I want to thank you so much for your time. One more quick question before we let you go. How do you think an event like this is going to help things for the future in West Bloomfield with future events like this one?
Absolutely. I think when we think about futuristic things, we think about the community. And I know for a fact that Ms. James spoke about this when she was on your show recently. When we think about the community, it really takes a community. This can't be one person's initiative or one group. We as a community have to come together and we have to find a way to make sure the needs of all individuals are met. When we think about progress, we think about becoming better and challenging those systematic things and thinking about what is it that our youth needs that we potentially maybe did not have when we were growing up, and how do we get them access to that? And that's really our goal, is to build that community, continue to challenge those systems, and think about ways of how we can come together to share all of our different experiences to make the world a better place.
That's absolutely right, and those are great goals to live by. Dr. Bishop, founder of the B Team, we thank you so much for your time here on The Splash today.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, and go Lions.